Hello people! Do you have a breech baby? Because I do. And in this video I'm going to show you some of the techniques I've been trying to use to encourage baby to flip. So I found out about 4 days ago that my baby is breech, womp womp. And ever since I got home from my appointment, my OB/ultrasound appointment, I have been obsessing over ways to get this baby to turn. So I thought I would share some of the tips and techniques that I've been using. I thought I'd share them with you. Maybe it'll save you a little reading time, because I know I've spent literally hours reading like spinningbabies.com and like a whole bunch of articles on different ways. So basically there's only a handful of ways. There's hundreds of articles, but they all say basically the same thing. So tip number 1, I would say go to spinningbabies.com and be overwhelmed with all of the information that's on that website. It's a ton of information, but it is super helpful. Okay, so technique number 1, let me get my tripod. All right, so technique number 1, pull out the old yoga ball and do some pelvic rotations. I was told to do 10 one way and then 10 the other. And what this does is basically opens up your pelvic bones, I don't know, to encourage baby like, hey, there's space down here for you. This is where you're supposed to head. All right, technique number 2. Grab yourself a handy dandy ice pack. What I like to do, because I'm not gonna sit there and walk around holding this, because 1, my hand is gonna freeze off, and 2, I've got things to do with my hands, you know what I mean? So, I have an ace bandage. Sorry if it's echoey in here, I hear the echo. This part of my house is really open. Okay, so what I do is I just put the ice pack, I wrap the ace bandage like I'm wrapping a gift, like a bow on top of a gift, and then I wrap it around my belly and tie it. And this way, I can kind of be hands-free and still kind of make it. So the idea behind this is that you're supposed to put, My family went to go see Trolls, and I'm here trying to flip my baby. Did I mention I'm 36 weeks and a half? So I don't have time to be, doing fun things. I need to flip this baby. Okay, so the idea behind the ice pack is that you're supposed to put something cold on top of your belly/uterus and something warm on the bottom. Some people put an ice pack and then go in the bath, or if you have a heating pad, you can put that underneath. I am just hot all the time, so I figure the bottom of my uterus is already hot, you know what I mean? So I put something cold on top. You can do like frozen vegetables, whatever. This ice pack lasts a while, and I just leave it on there until it starts to melt, and it will literally be like melting down my leg. It's not too wet. But anyway, my husband's like, is the baby gonna get like a brain freeze? I'm like, I don't care. I'm sure this is pissing the baby off, but that's what I want, because the baby is making me mad. The baby's aggravating me, so I am trying to make it turn any way that I can. And this is, I guess, one of those ways. Okay, so technique number 3 or 4, I don't know which one we're on, we're just going, is to lie inverted. Any way you can get your pelvis above your heart/shoulders/ just high in the air, you know what I mean? Any way that you can make that possible. I have found sometimes I use pillow cushions or couch cushions. I pull them off my other couches and I lie them here. I have also done an ironing board. Sometimes I stack a ton of pillows on my bed and lay that way as well. So I'll show you. And you can keep the ice on your belly. We're trying to encourage baby to move here. So basically what you do, it takes a lot of finesse, so I'm probably gonna cut this part out. You might feel like you're gonna break your ironing board. Good thing mine's already broken. All right, so here we are. Gotta hold the ice pack up now that gravity. Basically what this position does is it forces all of your guts and everything to come this way. So I guess the pressure and the weight that's not very kind to baby. So again, this is another thing that's like aggravating baby. But we don't care because we don't want baby's head to be this way. We want it to be, you know, up there, down there, you know. So if you want, you can lie here. You can do this for, I've read 15 to 20 minutes, 25, 30 minutes I've even read at a time, just a couple of times a day. So what I like to do is turn a movie on. I'm normally on this couch, so I could just turn my head and watch a movie, and then I get like 20, 25 minutes of good quality showtime. You know what I mean? All right, the next technique, number 5, for who cares at this point, is just another way to get your pelvis above your shoulders and heart and all of that good stuff. So you can either do a yoga position, downward dog, which I do, and you want to try to do these things when you feel baby moving. That way you know that, like, hey, baby has a chance of like moving during this activity. So what I do, sometimes I'll like be in the kitchen or something and I'll feel the baby move and I'll just go right into downward dog, which looks like this, which just looks like this. And you can stay in that position for about 15 to 20 seconds as long as you can kind of handle it. And you can do that, I think, up to like 5 to 7 times a day. Another way to get in that type of position is you can find a bed, you can do this on your couch, anywhere that you could find. You put your knees on the couch and then just make your way down and make sure your bum is sticking up in the air as much as possible. You can come down to your forearms to get it even higher. And you hold this position. Can you see me? Alright, sorry. So you hold that position for like, again, 15 to 20 seconds. Another thing that you can do throughout the day to encourage baby's head to come down is to play music on your phone and just put it at the base of your pelvis. Music, podcast, a show. Sometimes I'll just be sitting there like watching YouTube videos or a show on my phone, and I will just literally watch the show but put the phone so the sound is at the base of my pelvis to kind of encourage baby to venture down that way and be like, oh, what's that wonderful noise I hear? Another thing you can do that I've read is grab a flashlight and put it at the base of your pelvis. The baby is also supposed to go toward the light. And this way is out, baby. Do I look ridiculous with this ice pack? My family thinks I am going crazy, and I very well might be borderline crazy, but I just want baby to turn. You know what I mean? If you have a breech baby, you know what I mean. I feel your pain. So we're doing this together. Fingers crossed that everything works out. Another thing you can do if you are advanced is to hop in your pool, some kind of swimming situation. It's supposed to be warm, ideally. My pool is cold and I don't want to go in there anyway because it's so cold. But you're supposed to just dive over and over again into your pool, and that's supposed to encourage baby to flip. I don't know. Another thing you can do is handstands in the pool. I guess the pool is a nice place because when you're in the water, there's like no, gravity's not weighing you down, and you can kind of give baby more space or, more ways to move. I don't know the science behind it, but that's what I've been reading. I've also read that it increases your amniotic fluid when you're in the pool. I don't know if that's true, but I'm assuming it's because you're just surrounded by water. Oh, another huge thing is your posture. You want to be very aware of how you're sitting throughout the day. Try to sit up as straight as you can, and that allows for an optimal amount of space in your belly for baby to be able to turn. That's why the yoga ball is so good, because it kind of forces you to sit upright. Couches are not so nice because they kind of invert you like so and cause less room for the baby. So you want to be sure that if you are sitting on a couch, like come to the edge like I am, or if you're sitting at a desk chair, or if you're eating dinner, whatever you might be doing at a chair, kind of come toward the end and open your legs up, and that kind of like opens your pelvis, and make sure you're sitting up straight so you have enough room for baby to move. Another thing, if you are just like hanging out with friends or family or whatever, if you're just hanging out standing up, find something to lean on, like lean on the countertop or whatever it is. You like my pantomime here? Because I guess that position is supposed to encourage baby to also flip. So those are all the things that I have been doing. Those are all the things I think that I can think of right now. How many times can I say think? Anyway, so I hope this video helps you flip your baby. I hope that you have success in flipping your baby. My next ultrasound is at 37 weeks, and that's in 3 days. And I am hoping, praying, everything, that this baby turns, and I am definitely doing everything that I can to encourage that to happen. So, best of wishes to you, fingers crossed, and I hope everything works out for you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Anyway, let me talk about my other symptoms, but really in my mind I'm like, who cares about my other symptoms? All I can think about is how I have a breech baby.